At it again. We got to talk about Scott Jennings because, Scott Jennings and Caitlin Clark, because she recently made I shouldn't say some more, but she made some woke comments. And Scott Jennings, of course, on CNN, absolutely schooled this panel. And I want to check it out with you guys because it's absolutely amazing. Because, of course, Scott Jennings is always on point. So with that being said, let's dive in.
Tonight, a completely predictable plot line. Conservatives are upset with an athlete for saying something that they don't like. Caitlin Clark, she is Time's Athlete of the Year, and she told the magazine that she benefited from white privilege on her way to fame in the WNBA. That's a league where most players are black. Podcaster Megyn Kelly heard that and lost it. She said, quote, "She's on the knee, all but apologizing for being white and getting attention." Kelly wrote on X, "The self-flagellation, the, oh, please pay attention to black players who are really the ones you want to celebrate. Condescending, fake, transparent, sad." Clark responded to those comments today. Listen.
I know there's been so many amazing black women that have been in this league, and continuing to uplift them, I think, is very important. And that's something I'm very aware of. And like I said, I try to just be real and authentic and, share my truth. And I think that's very easy for me. I'm very comfortable in my own skin. And that's kind of been how it is my entire life.
Joining us at the table is CNN contributor Carrie Champion. She's the host of the Carrie Champion Show on Prime Video. She might also be our Caitlin Clark correspondent. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to get to Scott Jennings' sigh in just a moment.
Yeah.
But Carrie, what I don't understand about this, Caitlin Clark never asked to be this avatar of race, right? And basically that is what she is saying. I didn't ask for this. Why are you making me this person? And now people are mad about that?
Yeah, it's really interesting because since she came into the league, we have to talk about the attention that she has received. She's a phenomenal player. I've never seen anybody shoot the ball the way she shoots the ball in the WNBA.
Now, take note of that. She said she's a phenomenal player. She's never seen anything like her, okay? Never seen anything like her. Never seen anybody shoot the ball the way that she does. Take note of that because we going to circle back to that.
I'm just being honest. She, early on in her collegiate career, reminded me of Steph Curry, and that's where all this attention came from. But before she entered a league that started in 1997, there were the Lisa Leslies and the Dawn Staleys and the Cheryl Swoops of it all, who really built this league, and they weren't getting the attention because, let's face it, the league was built in a way in which it wasn't mainstream. And all she's simply saying is that I want to respect those who come before me. Now, conservatives do one of two things that I am so fascinated with, especially when it comes to her. Either they whine or they bully. So now it's time to do both. They're bullying her when she decides to just like a post about Taylor Swift post about Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala Harris. They
endorsing
unfollow her.
voting.
Like saying go vote. Yeah. And then they unfollow her in droves. And then she says, you know what? I am so grateful for all this money I make. I'm making more money than most of these women will ever see in their lifetime because I am a great player, but I'm also someone that they are using as their message person, that they are using me as a conduit to get their message out. And she says, no, I don't want any of that. I'm grateful. And hopefully I can shine some attention on Bakari because no one's paying attention to Bakari. And so I'm going to give Bakari some attention because you know what? Thank you for keeping this league alive, Bakari. Everything that you've done has really got to the point where I can be here and benefit in this moment. And Megyn Kelly saying she's on a knee apologizing because she's white, she's acknowledging the reverse DEI that no one wants to talk about. She has a privilege. She has been in this league for a year, and she makes more money than the people who built this league, and she understands there's a reason. Not because she shoots the ball well. Yes, that also helps, but there's another reason, Scott. There's a reason that says I'm white, and it's a privilege, and people love me, and I'm okay with that, but I want to also acknowledge everyone else. Why is she being bullied?
Why is that wrong?
Why is she being bullied for acknowledging something that's smart, truth, and factual?
Okay, so hold on. Before Scott Jennings rips this whole thing apart. So, to Carrie Champion, Caitlin Clark isn't the first white woman to play in the WNBA. What happened to the other white women? Were they all these big celebrities like Caitlin Clark is? No. I couldn't tell you a single one. I genuinely could not tell you. The only WNBA player that I could ever tell you over, other than Caitlin Clark, is Candace Parker. Candace Parker. She played for the Los Angeles Sparks, I believe they're called. Candace Parker. That's it. It's the only other WNBA player that I can tell you. And Candace Parker, last time I checked, is black. I can't tell you about any other white women. So if it's just because of her skin color, why haven't the other white women that have played in the WNBA been as popular and as big as Caitlin Clark? Exactly. It's not about race. It's about skill. And you admitted it at the beginning. Remember I said we go circle back? Remember she said, I've never seen anything like her. I've never seen anybody shoot the ball the way that she does. She is one of a kind. You admitted that. You admitted it. We haven't seen anything like her, and we haven't. That's why she is as popular as she is. Now, I would assume that her popularity is about to go down doing all this woke stuff, because that's not what we watch sports for. We don't watch sports to hear a bunch of woke BS. We don't. I'm not saying, basketball players or football players have to, just be silent or anything like that. But that's not what we come to you for. We come to you for entertainment. Entertainment. We don't care about your personal opinions. We don't care about woke this, woke that. Oh my goodness. We care about you putting that ball in the hoop. Do that. And last time I checked, the WNBA has been losing money since the time it started. So, you know what? I'm gonna let Scott Jennings get in on that.
Well, a couple things. Number one, whether you're an athlete or anyone else, if I hear you use the phrase "my truth," I immediately then discount everything else you say, because there isn't my truth or your truth. There's just the truth. And when you start using phrases like that, it tells me that
That's not true.
Your brain has been captured by something that I don't really respect.
That's not true.
Number two.
That's not true.
Number two, the attention the league got this year was amazing, and it was all because of her. She is an amazing player. The arenas were full when she played in them. The TV ratings were up when she was on television. That's undeniable. But the league still lost like $40 million this year. And it's never made money. And to me, when you're talking about having respecting people who built something, what did they build? A league that loses money every year?
Exactly. They didn't build a single thing. They didn't build a single thing. But you know what? I can't lie. I like Caitlin Clark. I did. But now that she used to just go out there and hoop. Caitlin Clark used to just go out there and hoop. She didn't get involved in all of the woke nonsense, right? And that's one of the reasons why I respected her. Even when people were trying to bash her because she was white and, she's privileged, they were saying all this. She never responded. She just went out there and hooped. Went out there and played. Simple. Oh, I'm privileged because I'm white? Whatever. I ain't paying attention to that. Whatever. Hey, line it up. Let's hoop. Check up. Pass the ball in, right? Give me the rock. But now she's allowed herself to be pulled into the BS. And I can't lie. I'm a little disappointed. I am. I will not be making any type of trip to go and see Caitlin Clark play. And I really did want to. I really did. This is not even like joking. Like, I definitely wanted at some point in time to watch Caitlin Clark play in person. Because I watched her on the television. She was literally, I've never sat down and watched a women's basketball game. Hey, I'm just telling the truth. I've never sat down and watched a women's basketball game until I heard about Caitlin Clark and I saw some of those highlights and I was like, whoa, oh yeah, she nice. You know what I'm saying? From 30, like she shoot, bro, she out there like Steph Curry, like I forgot it. Carrie Champion said she reminded her of Steph Curry, and I said the same thing. Like, bro, she shooting from as deep as Curry. Oh yeah, she cold. She nice. So I literally would sit down and watch some of her games. So of course, if that's the case, I'm gonna want to go see her in person at some point, which I definitely wanted to do. Not anymore. You can kiss my black behind. I ain't spending not a dime, not a single dime. They can continue to lose $40 million a year. Just imagine So if they lost 40 million this past year and they had record-breaking attendance, what's going to happen next year? Now that all this woke stuff is just continue, they're like doubling down on the woke. So what's going to happen next year? 50 million lost? 60 million lost? Oh man, this is like, you would think that they would learn their lesson, but I guess not.
He has the capacity.
What do you mean?
to
What did they
possibly-
build? What do you mean? What did they build?
What kind of a business did they build?
They've
that
had a
doesn't make
business
money?
model that has allowed women who have never had a professional sport here in America, in the United States of America, to play. They've kept it alive as opposed to sending them overseas. That's what she's built. That's what they've built.
This is the problem with the conversation about race in this country that we've never tackled. Because there are two things fundamentally wrong with what Scott said. The first is when you say things like my truth, right, and you just tune that out. My truth is just vastly different than yours. It's not just the truth. In fact, one of the things.
No, it is the truth. We live on the same planet. Like, you don't live in like an alternate reality. Goodness gracious. These people just make me sick, bro. They make me sick. They really do. I'm so sick of this. Whoa, it's me. I'm a victim. I've lived a completely different life than you. Like, sure, are we raised differently? Of course. Some of us, right? I'm sure some people from other races grew up the same way that I did. So yeah, some of us came through life a little bit differently, but at the end of the day, the sun still came up the same way it came up for a white person, the same way it came up for a black person. The moon still rose. like they're making it sound as if we all live in alternate realities or something. Like, this stuff is ridiculous.
I would like to just help you understand is that the definition of white supremacy, do you know what the definition of white supremacy is? It's when you feel like equality is oppression. And for some reason, it gets so entangled because people just simply want equality, and you feel like that's taking away something from you. I'm not dare saying that anybody at this table is a white supremacist, but what I am trying to do is at least educate you on what the truth is.
How are we not equal, Bakari? I'm sorry, I gotta say this. Just because I'm black doesn't mean I'm inferior to any other man or woman on this planet. I don't give a damn what race you're from, what country you're from, what your skin color is, how tall, how short, how fat, how skinny, how strong or how weak. I don't give a damn. I am not inferior to anybody. That is such a weak mindset. Oh, well, white supremacy, we just want to be equal. I'm equal to anybody and everybody. Ain't nobody on this planet that can beat me in something that I truly want to be the best at. Like this whole week, man, goodness gracious. Listen, never mind. I ain't gonna go that far. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
And so we both come from different, we want the same America for our children, but we come from different places. We don't necessarily want equality. Some of us just want equity, right? And all I'm saying about Caitlin Clark
That's a different statement.
All I'm saying about it's not a different statement. All I'm saying about Caitlin Clark is this. I have a bias against Caitlin Clark.
Yes,
just innately.
you have said it, yes.
And I wanted to be extremely clear because I'm a South Carolina Gamecock fan, and she took away one championship from us. But I also recognize that Caitlin Clark knows something that this is the second point. The first point was my truth. The second point is, Scott, you cannot denigrate. You cannot simply say that Dawn Staley and Lisa Leslie and Cheryl Swoops and all these women who do something insanely better than all of us at this table did not build anything that you can't respect. Yet the league wasn't built in a way that would make money. That's not what it is.
That's not what it was for.
But these ladies gave their all.
The league wasn't for making money? Like, what business do you start up and you say, oh yeah, I'm not in business to make money? No, not in business. What? That makes zero sense. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's have the NBA, the men's league, stop subsidizing the women's league. I guarantee you that mindset would change. That's not what the league is for. Not for making money. Okay, we'll see how long it lasts without being subsidized by the NBA. Try that. I guarantee you they'd be out here, oh my goodness, the NBA, they're such mean people. How dare them not pay us, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I thought y'all weren't in it to make money. Oh. Yeah, that all went out the window real quick.
All the Sue Birds of the world. I mean, we don't even talk about
You go down the list.
But you can go down the list, and so that's my only point.
But
and
I
hoping that you're able to
okay,
understand that.
But Scott, you're saying,
they're
but
great
Scott,
basketball players.
but Scott, it's disrespectful for you to say what have they built.
That's my point.
There are little children right now, little girls at home hoping that they can play in what they call the WNBA. And the reason why it's still up and still running, whether it's losing money or not, is because of these black women who are in this.
Isn't it because
And
of the
so,
investors?
no,
No,
Scott, stop it. You stop it now.
It's not. I was in Dickey's
Who
arena.
pays for it?
I was in
Stop
Dickey's
it.
arena.
Everybody,
Let me just
pays
tell
for it?
you. Let me just tell you. I was in Dickey's
Please,
arena.
one at a
I was
time.
in Dickey's arena on Sunday because I travel, follow my Gamecocks basketball. Something fascinating happened.
Tell us.
Dickey's arena, TCU, right? Haley Van Lith. They averaged 3,000 people a game.
Yeah.
The Gamecocks came to town with Don Staley. You had 9,000 people in Dickey's arena. You know who benefits from that? The concession workers, the city,
Bring
etc.
it.
After the game, hundreds of people around there just to shake Don Staley's hand. What you have to understand, and we have to get out of this, is there's a level of empathy that we have to have and understanding that we have to have, and we have to just stop being so abrasive, caught in these social media moments when we're
Yes.
talking about issues of race.
This is
That's
exactly
my
what I was
only
about
ask.
to say,
Yeah.
which is that, listen, Jeff and Scott, my dear colleagues, you don't have to defend this.
You don't.
Okay.
You could just say
it
it's
doesn't
good.
have to be.
Defend what?
You know, the idea that Caitlin Clark should be denigrated for simply saying that she entered a league that other players who came before her were black helped build. There's nothing controversial about.
They didn't build anything. They built a. All right, you know what? Fine, I'll give it to you. Yeah, they built a losing business, a failing business. They built a business that is losing at the tune of $40 million a year. 40 mil. Losing. Last time I checked, most businesses, no business can operate with that type of loss. No business. $40 million in the hole? Really? Oh man, these folks, bro. These folks. I don't even want to watch any more of that. I really don't. I'm sorry. I just can't. Like, this stuff is just, it's just so ridiculous. You know, it's race this, race that. It always has to do with race. But you heard Kerry Champion say we've never seen anything like Caitlin Clark. Also, there have been white players that have, been in the league, and they didn't receive the notoriety that Caitlin Clark, is receiving. They aren't popular like Caitlin Clark is. I couldn't name a single white player. Like I said, the only other player that I can name outside of Caitlin Clark is Candace Parker, and I believe she retired. That's the only other person I can name. So, like, what are we talking about? It's because she's white. No, it's because she's a hooper. And that's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see them hoop. And quite frankly, we weren't seeing that until we got Caitlin Clark. We saw a hooper. Somebody who's shooting from 30, like Steph Curry. Like, whoa, wow, that's crazy, But hey, we'll just let them continue to lose money until this league goes under, okay, completely, which honestly, I doubt the NBA would allow it to go under. I mean, they've kept it afloat this long, but even the NBA's ratings are dropping at this point in time. I just saw a report that the NBA is down. I can't remember the exact percentage, but the NBA is down on in its viewership. So I don't know, man. I don't know. This stuff is just ridiculous. Cry, complain. It's everybody else's fault. It's never my fault. And the honest truth is that if these folks cared so much about the WNBA, they would all be going to these WNBA games, packing arenas, buying the merch, right? Speaking about it on social media. Hey, Caitlin Clark just put up this amount of points. Candace Parker just, had a nice layup over this chick or that chick, or this chick just had a mean fast break. Look at this highlight. Like, they would be sharing all of this content online in the arenas, buying the jerseys, buying the merch, but they aren't. They sit online or go on CNN and complain about it and make it seem or sound as if it's the only reason why this certain player is popular is because she's white. No, honestly, she was popular because she was a hooper and she didn't buy into the woke BS. But now she did, so have fun. Have fun. Continue to lose. Your arenas will drop in attendance next season. Peace and love. I'm out.